What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I don't want to be canceled from what I'm about to say, but I gotta talk about Sister Wendy Williams. She's going through a very rough time right now in her life. She has lymphedema, can't feel her feet, finances are not there, and the people who are closest to her seems like have been using her. Her son spent $100,000 on Uber Eats, spending her money erratically. Things are not going right with her health. And then there's this situation with Kevin Hunter. Kevin Hunter was the longtime husband and business partner of Wendy Williams. And I want to say this respectfully to Wendy Williams. We are all trying to wonder why Kevin Hunter was there in the first place. We're trying to wonder, how did that happen? Kevin Hunter, let me just say this respectfully, is, in my opinion, a no talent. I have no idea why any woman that was like the same standard professionally as Wendy Williams, a woman who's a hard worker, go-getter, would ever settle for somebody like that. But wait a minute, let's answer that. Maybe we do. And see, the reality is that Wendy Williams, despite being a hard-working, successful black woman, working her way up from the radio, she gave Charlamagne the God the first start. I mean, I think she's one of the first people to interview Jodeci in the 90s. We all believe, and a lot of black men feel, Wendy Williams has a hateful spirit towards black men. This does not have to be substantiated, but if you talk about Wendy Williams and the way she treated Method Man and some of the ways she treated black men and talked down on black men and people in general, just being a home wrecker or just being somebody, that's why they called Shannon Sharpe the new black male Wendy Williams. A lot of the brothers don't really care for the kind of content that she put out. And when you were to see her disposition, a lot of black men, I remember when she fell and fainted a few years ago, I noticed a lot of black men did not care about that. They didn't feel sorry, even though it was something that was sad. But a lot of black men didn't feel like, oh, that's messed up she's going through. Not Wendy. A lot of brothers didn't feel like that. A lot of brothers felt like, it's kind of what she deserves. Some of the brothers. This is not me saying it, but it's kind of what I was reading. Now, Kevin Hunter. Remember, he left Wendy Williams for this side chick, and Kevin Hunter was trying to get some money from Wendy Williams because he was broke. And Wendy Williams was like, no, I'm not going to give you any money so that you can take this money to your new chick. Now, the new side chick was named Sharina. They actually had a baby together and they welcomed a child together. And Wendy Williams was very hurt about this. Now we're seeing that Kevin Hunter is saying this: happy birthday, queen, mother, chef, wife. If you want it, you can get it for the rest of your life. So he's going to put a ring on it. And now her life is spiraling out of control. Wendy Williams, they said that her drinking went out of control, dementia, everything is falling apart. But let me kind of get controversial. You see, I know, ladies, and I don't know Wendy Williams personally, but I can tell you, those brothers in the black community, when you encounter Wendy Williams content, don't it remind you of somebody in your family? And you're like, oh, this reminds me of my mom. It reminds me of a grandmother, of an aunt. I'm not talking about the ladies that you love a lot. I'm talking about that one person in your family. And if she had a husband, you felt sorry for him. My home church, I won't mention the name of it, but I have a pastor who I love dearly to this day. Got to be in his late 70s, early 80s now. His wife, I also love her, but she is a hellraiser. I mean, if she were to bust hell wide open today, Satan himself would run for cover. That is how much of a hellraiser she is. I mean, she's a tough cookie. I mean, listen, this got to be, I'm talking about feminist. No, you don't. I'm talking about run everything. I don't even know if the man could even go to the restroom without asking somebody. This woman is beyond tough. I can write a book on her. Won't even call her name, because those of y'all from Del Paso Heights, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a dictator. And when I encounter Wendy Williams, some of the first people that I think about is somebody like that. The attitude that she had and the disposition that she had and carried on with, I felt like, well, maybe that's necessary for her industry. But what man who really loves a woman wants to put up with someone who behaves like that? Obviously, she can't be a woman that is respecting her husband that acts like that. And again, I'm not trying to say that, what's happened to Wendy is not her fault. And Kevin Hunter, yes, he's a creep and he's a loser for how he treated her, right? He used her. I get it. But I'm thinking about this. What man would put up with such a situation, almost in dire straits? And then when I think about it, it comes out that, a guy who needs her money, a guy who wants to use, he could put up with something like that if he can benefit from it. And this is what I'm seeing now. Somebody like Fani Willis. Fani Willis also has that hellraiser type of spirit, that petty, that immature, that unaccountable, that spirit that your granddaddy used to go to the barbershop and complain about with your grandmama kind of spirit. That's Fani Willis. That's Wendy Williams. What kind of men deal with them? Only the ones that can get some money from them. Like right now in Wendy's life. And this has nothing to do with what Wendy looks like, how old she was, or anything. This has everything to do with the only way a man can deal with this, unless he gets with her young and stays until she's old, unless he's paying her. Do you think that Fani Willis and Nathan Wade, now he's a married guy in Atlanta, a lot of opportunity in Atlanta. What use would he have for Fani Willis? Well, I'll tell you, the fact that she's the District County or Fulton County prosecutor and he can get some connections out of her. Like $700,000 worth of connections. If she ain't giving him that, he not gonna be dealing with her. For what? What is Fani Willis gonna give him that he can't get in Atlanta? Because we already see how she's talking in the court. Now, if she don't have any kind of sense, any proprioception, if I can use that as a biological word, to understand what her space and time is in reference to her body, let's use that same similar phrase as to how much danger she is in losing her career talking to those prosecutors like that. If she don't care about that, you imagine how she talks to that guy outside the courtroom. If she will get on national television and don't care enough how she represents herself outside of the world, you can bet your bottom dollar that woman is acting is what she's telling this guy off the camera. You can bet your bottom dollar. So the only way some man can deal with it like that is if you pay him. Now, Wendy Williams, all these people are leaving her life right now. Ain't too many folks caring about her right now. It goes to show how she's treated people. It's sad, I know. But where are her friends? Where's her family at? Now that folk can't use her no more, they're gone. It goes to show how she treated some folks. It's controversial. I know it's not good timing. But again, this guy left her. He got somebody younger. What was wrong? And I'm telling you, so many ladies, and I'm just gonna be honest, like so many people don't know about, what their attitude could be. They feel like, well, I didn't do anything wrong. Maybe you didn't. But again, as the old folks say, Bobby Blue Bland, further on up the road. And we gotta be cautious of how we are treating people in this world today. You never know you're gonna need somebody. That is absolutely true. And Wendy Williams, it's sad to see it like this, but damn it, I'm telling you, that spirit of immaturity, that spirit of destroying people's careers, Tasha K got that same spirit that Wendy Williams got. That same dusty, immature, hateful. And we all know how it ends for them, don't we? So guys, we think it's your boy, Willie Jackson, back at it again for the episode of Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.